I think society determines how well people adjust to a disaster. I'm Jim Becca. The Galveston Seawall Memorial to the 1900 hurricane was one of the few things in Galveston left untouched by Hurricane Ike. The residents of Galveston are getting help, but some disaster assistance will stop in the coming weeks when organizations such as the Red Cross pull out.
We at the shelter right now, and they're trying to put us out on the 25th, so we don't know where we're going to go.
Still got to find places to live, transportation, your own stuff, get your house and stuff back together.
How would you describe life in Galveston right now?
Survive.
Right now I see a lot of people helping a lot of people. There are churches that are giving away clothes, there are churches that are giving away food. There are places like this that are feeding the homeless. We have so many people here that are homeless. A lot of the ones that lost everything are not being shown on TV.
Oh, what did y'all do today? Like, what's your regular routine?
I don't know if you got.
Well, we have a lot of people that have come in to volunteer for the weekend, and we're assigning them to do different tasks. For instance, we're doing gut outs today, and that's where you would go and you clean out a person's home that's been flooded. And so you will take the sheetrock that's there, remove it at a certain line level where the water didn't get to, get all the mold treated. And then after you do that, you pray with the people.
Everything is gone. My motorhome's got a tree on it, but almost large as I am. Bigger than myself, you know. But yes, still, it's just something that a person didn't expect to happen. Because we thought it was just going to be something that, you know, we can ride out. But not just myself, but it's quite a few people that was, you know, I guess we just didn't think, you know, that it was going to be that severe or anything else.
But how y'all recovering and coping with it?
Right now, the only thing I thought, it was just immaterial things. Then all of a sudden I lost my son through it also. And that made it much worse for me. So the only thing we can do now is just put our faith in the good Lord and just say, well, it's not the beginning. I mean, it's not the ending, but just the beginning for me.
Galveston government is getting help in rebuilding from such organizations as Good News Galveston, headed by Jerry Davis Ministries. Their pod is at the intersection of 23rd and L in a funeral home.
I was here cleaning my place out, and a week or so after the storm, and I think Doug or somebody called and maybe talked to Pastor Robert Dowdy here in town at Church of the Living God and asked him did he know of a place maybe that could be used to stage for a pod and a rescue site. And he told them to come talk to me, and when they walked up, Jerry and several other folks, Doug and a couple other guys, and Stringer, and asked me to look around and was I willing or was I interested in maybe being a part of this recovery effort that they were going to put on. And right away I said absolutely, of course. It's the only source, the only point of rescue supplies on the island right now that's continuous. I mean, the government pulled out, the state pulled out. There's a couple of people that have places today, and there's a couple of places that have minimal supplies, but we're delivering 2 truckloads of supplies each day, and of course volunteers coming through there here helping people with their homes. It's very important, actually, at least for the next month or two at minimum. That's as far as I can see, let's put it that way.
Some volunteers share sleeping quarters with caskets. During the day, volunteers go into homes and make them livable.
I'm seeing so far what we've seen is a lot of love for God. It's just coming out all over the people. It's a very humbling thing for me to see. The neighborhoods are, in a lot of disarray. People are in a lot of need, and it's just humbling, coming from where we're coming from, where things got a lot of order, and there's still no order here.
Well, one of the things we do is prayer walks, or just praying with people. We have here at the distribution center, we have people that come up in cars. Of course, we do 300 to 400 cars a day. We also have people that don't have transportation, either it's flooded out or they just can't afford it. So we have a walk-up line as well. And in both of those lines, we have people, ministries, volunteers.
Many people in Galveston have lost everything in the massive floodwaters. Jerry Davis has become nicknamed the Disaster Pastor for his work in Hurricane Katrina and many other catastrophes.
Heroes. These are heroes right here.
But here on the 12th of September, it simply changed the way of life on this island. And the next thing I know, I'm listening to Pastor Davis talk to our Board of Trustees about a need. And I sat in the back there and I couldn't believe what I was hearing, because I'm director of facilities, and all of a sudden this whole concept was gelling right in front of my eyes about being able to help people, and in a much different way from Pastor Davis's arena that I had only heard of before from my brother-in-law in Virginia, who had been a part of Katrina. So all of a sudden I had heard the good news that comes out, and then I heard Good News Galveston, and I simply said, thank God, what a deal. And to this day, we've partnered, worked together, and I think we have not seen anything yet as to the possibilities and the wonderful things that can happen here on this island under the guidance of Good News Galveston staff. So tell me, why are you doing this?
Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
From a little child, when I first gave my heart to the Lord when I was 5 years old, I've wanted nothing to do nothing except good. I've wanted to do nothing except make God proud of me. And I've loved Him as a child, and I have kind of a different kind of a testimony, even though I've ministered all over the world to so many different people. I just never walked away. I never saw anything that was better than Jesus. And I just wanted to serve Him all my life, and He's put a love in my heart for people, and for people in circumstances that are just hurting. And I had a wonderful upbringing with a lot of pastors in my family and ministers, and so we kind of had a tradition in my family. We were 32 pastors at one time, just serving people. And so that's kind of a tradition, but you know what? God doesn't have any grandchildren, and so He puts that in your heart as an individual. And so my desire is just to love the people that He's made and lead them to the Lord. And I've been so blessed, and this is probably one of the main things. I am so blessed. My life is so blessed. Everything I've done has been so blessed that I want other people to know Jesus and know the blessings that He has. And I see people that don't know Him, and I hurt for them. And what we're doing in Galveston, yes, we're helping people temporarily with temporary things, but the truth is, everybody that we're gutting out their houses, or we're giving food to, or we're giving cleaning supplies to, they're all going to be dead 100 years from now. All the houses that we're preparing and making, they're going to be gone 100 years from now. And the only thing that's going to matter is their relationship with Christ, because that's an eternal thing. And so I want to love them, and if I love them like the Lord loves them, and I have the love of the Lord in me to love them with, it's about an eternal thing. And so we'll feed them and we'll take care of them to get an opportunity to really tell them about the eternal aspects of life. That's why I do it.